Hello everybody, it's time to say that we're going to play Gungeon. Yay.
My name is Gun John. And
That cat is like jumping and scratching the wall with the sound of fingernails on chong boards. It's like a big fat chalkboard.
do you want any breakfast?
No, not yet. I'm probably gonna have like some cereal or something. Like, so I don't really want any breakfast, anything heavy before sushi. I want anything that's gonna sit on my stomach. But sushi's not until 1, and it's only 10:40. Jackie, get out of here with that.
What's coming up?
Well, you're always coughing. There's so much coughing. Are you like a vampire always coughing? Coffin! Coffin! Do you get it? No. It's like the word coffin. Like vampires sleep in coffins. Vampires drink a lot of coffee. This is a good boss fight to get without picking up a weapon. She was. She told me. Right now you were here, you shouldn't have to explain this. Why does he always have a fan going off over his head? I don't understand. Is it just for dramatis personae? Or is he some sort of warm guy? Or is it a reference to whatever game he's supposed to, or whatever game or movie he's supposed to be referring to? Stop jumping, dude. Ooh, he landed on that bullet. He landed on it big time. Big time swig. Fernando, stop slapping at medicine. What are you, a doctor in training? We got a little doctor here. Alright, he's hiding. He's scared. He's like, don't take my medical license. You don't need to say when something is funny, your laughter will suffice. Your laughter will suffice. That's good. Tough guy fighting arms. It's a doctor move. Why did you just body slam that cat? I'm willing to waste a little. Oh God! Don't stand in the. Bye, baby. Bye, baby. So over the last couple days, I've had this intensive. I didn't destroy the. I guess it doesn't matter. He destroyed it, and it doesn't matter because I got my own form of wet. But I had this intense pressure in my sinuses for about 5 days, to the point where I was actually thinking of like going to urgent care or anything like that to do something about it. But luckily, I just stuck it out, and I guess whatever else was lodged up in my sinuses slopped loose. What a fucking frustrating first floor. I'm getting so sick of the good gun first floors. Molotov would be great. Probably not worth purchasing, but or the good shop first floors. you gotta understand how fucking frustrating it is to keep getting a first floor over and over that has some incredible item. Some incredible run-winning item that's like just... It's just out of arm's wrench. We'll stick with this one. We'll probably get Casey. Oh, Lord, that's amazing. Oh, man, I thought it was going to be another... Oh, whoops. Okay, that's a good way to find out. Better than finding out during a boss or something. We'll probably get Casey in the key. Bullet time is good now. But, you know, I would have loved the M16. So that gives us... 2? 2 curse. Yeah. 2 curse and we're on our way. Yeah, but at some point, I don't even actually know when it happened, but my sinus pressure just cleared. I remember the pressure being there. It was there when I started my Final Fantasy XIV stuff for yesterday, my raid group, and you know, I actually was, because part of the reason I know for certain that it was there is I was talking to one of the members of my raid group who is Canadian, talking about healthcare, and he was talking about how, you know, the United States will never have universal healthcare and how Bernie Sanders is a fucking sham. And then throughout the conversation, which, you know, I was heated for a lot of it, but throughout the conversation, he kind of realized just how fucking ridiculous the United States healthcare system is. He was complaining like, oh, your taxes are going to go up or whatever. It was like, that's fucking wonderful. And, you know, it came out that one of our other coworkers has to, like, she basically has to not work a certain number of hours, or one of our other members, she has to, like, not work over a certain number of hours, or her husband can't work full time, or else their medical gets revoked, so they basically can't earn income over a certain level in order to qualify for government assistance and stuff like that. And it's like there's this constant need to, like, we're gonna go ahead and do that now. 1, 2, wait, once, oops, no. It's like Ammo Shrine, Angel Shrine is okay. 3.5. It's only 1.5. That's actually one that I often think is 2.5, but it's not. But you know, and then I told him, like, the price of certain services. I told him that, like, Jackie went to the hospital for a total of like 7 days over a 2-year period, and we owe about 12 grand. And, like, he's like, well, why don't you just, if you're getting sick, why don't you just fly to Europe and use their universal health care? It's like, do you see how ridiculous that is, that we would have to, you know, take a huge, dang, we got some freaking crazy damage bonuses. We have to fly to another country to go to the hospital. You know how insane that is? You just say something like that and just be like, yeah, no, that makes sense, that instead of fixing the problem, why don't you just go to another country and benefit from it from someone else? And I'm just like, this whole thing doesn't make sense. But at some point during the conversation, because you know, it kind of started because I was talking about the pressure and how, like, it came up, I think because of that, like, leading to me discussing, like, my growing, like, fear of doing anything. I was telling them that, like, every time I get behind the wheel, damn it, that sucked. I have this little twinge of fear, even though I have car insurance. If I get, like, physically hurt while driving, that could be it for me financially. If something just goes wrong, something unavoidable just happens, you know, I could have the healthiest lifestyle, I could never be as risk averse as possible. If something just happens wrong, then I could be pretty much ruined, even with health insurance, because we're already paying like a significant amount for Jackie's stuff, and then it happens again. It's just like what happens to me as well as that, and it's just like that's it. All the stuff we saved up for, all the stuff we worked for is gone. There's so many people just drowning in insane medical debt already, and people who don't have to deal with that think that, like, you know, paying high taxes is somehow worse. Like, they're gonna... It's insane how many people are going to, like... I think it's gonna happen with the UK pretty soon, where they're just gonna wait till it's gone, and then they're gonna miss it, and that's the only way they're gonna learn how rough the rest of the world has it. And I hope it doesn't come to that. I hope everybody starts realizing that it's insane to expect your citizens to just die the second they get sick, as long as they're not wealthy. Like, there should be... Oh, that guy's stuck. That's wonderful. There should be no... You'll live if you're rich, you're dead if you're not. Like, that should not be the standard practice in the U.S. or any modern state. It just doesn't make sense. Oh my god. Well, once again, can't get nothing. Oh, his accuracy. His inherent accuracy from that book that he's holding. So good. So good that it makes up for that. Don't really know what to use on the way there, but I would really like to get to the Abbey on this one. Yeah, and then at some point I was like, huh, I haven't had that insane pressure in my head that's been going on for the last 4 days. Just kind of cleared up, and I'm like, that's fucking fortunate for me. Oh, that was weird. Oh, it was... God, I didn't know he was here. It's a table, or a item being broken the second he spawned, and it just looked like sort of blue tongue coming from the sky. Dude, we gotta get the decoy. Key, decoy. 72. We could do it now, and then we could steal the greaves. This is kind of a dumb way to do all of this, to give myself more curse right now. Especially because I can't destroy the freaking thing now, but what I really, really want is to start getting good night armor, because you know, I'm gonna chase that a little bit. Now what we really need to start happening is keys start showing up for some sort of key replacement. Let's get that working on him. And him. This is gonna probably be towards the boss, the long path. Jesus Christ. Another guy shooting at me from a distance. This is like the only weapon I use pretty much. I guess I kinda used the sling 2 times. It was mostly Casey. The only weapon with ammo, I should say. Going smooth. Nervous about hitting a mini boss. Nervous about just getting in a situation where one guy's one grazing, glancing bullet takes me out of contention for this whole other floor. Radiated lead would have been really cool. Also, what do you call it? Would have been great. Some sort of poison immunity would be fantastic. Also, just finding the freaking oubliette. Oh god, this is the shittiest. Ooh. Didn't like that situation much at all. Wow, that is tightly fit into there. Glad we found it though. I guess we'll do this. What? No. Dude, okay. Gotta remember that the mutation pushes me back. Because I've definitely lost this one because of, shoving myself into a pit or something. Oh, God, that was so close. There we go. That extra damage. That one was great. This is a dog shit weapon. And the lack of keys is disrespectful. Just disrespectful. Let's go back to these two now. That was weird to see that miss so much and still kill him. Secret room, very obviously right there. Right? I've never been so wrong in my life. Wow. Maybe it's in here. Taffer, huh? No, it's not in there. It's always when I have a single freaking blank. Gun Knight armor is B. Gauntlet and Greaves are both blue. So it's only the Gauntlet, then a red Gun Knight helm. So we'll go for green here. That's really fucking good. That's so good that it's actually worth it not being Gun Knight. I don't think there's anywhere here that could be path either. So no obvious secret room. Alright, let's just do the game and then get... Oh no, I farted in my own chair. I don't think this is a better way to do it, but maybe? Yeah, no. A glancing blow. I'll be right back. Just give me a second. Hey. So that fart from earlier was a little portentous. It spoke of things to come. Is all I'm saying. Let's just blank in here and then leave. Alright. We're out of here. We got the ability to steal. Not from a shop on this next floor. We got poison. Oh, I'm gonna close my door. We got this. Let's try using this for a little bit, and then we'll switch to poison if I start doing a little bit too damage to my own self. But with the extra damage we have, it actually kind of feels like poison's a little weaker. Not that it's a little weaker, that it's not as boosted. If you knew what I'm assuming. Perfectly lined up. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. Jackie's friend gave her another mirror, so she's changing around the house layout a little bit, as she does literally every week, to accommodate this one new mirror. It means changing up where a bunch of paintings are hung, kind of moving a little bit of the furniture, taking down the two mirrors that were in the same area because maybe one of them doesn't match the stylus, and like she loves changing up the look of the place to such a distinct degree. I want Master Keys to start flopping in, start blinging and blonging. Master of Unlocking. Unlocking. God, I know it's not like... It's maybe a little easier to be impressive with the specifics of hitbox detection in a pixel-based game, but it still feels freaking great when they're like extremely spot on like that. There we go, Master of Unlocking, you cad. The terrible shot. This run is going so well. It's snowing outside too, which is another great thing. There's so much little great news right now. Are those guys getting one shot? Dude, eye patch is incredible. And the damage from the fucking other thing is great as well. What is it? The Angel Shrine. Fallen Angel. And I'm still in a situation where if the curse gets too high, Casey can go. Casey can say go. To bring up my other favorite passion, Bases Ball. Where is the phrase Bases Ball from? Oh, okay. So this is something that's kind of interesting. It's not super interesting, but during the Super Bowl there was the Disney Plus Marvel trailers. It's like Falcon and the Birdman or whatever. I mean Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Wow, really? the Loki show and WandaVision. There we go. 2/4. And WandaVision apparently is going to be a sitcom, which is fucking exciting. I don't know why. It looks like it's going to be a sitcom in the style of many other sitcoms. It looks like the whole thing is, I don't know if it's going to be a magical construction or if it's going to be a delusion. Wanda Maximoff in the comics has some interesting moments where she kind of alters reality to fit her whim because of the loss of a loved one. And it might seem, she might be doing that again, which is cool, like honestly and genuinely a cool take. And something that I kind of hope they pursue. Need to put it closer to the wall when I do that. Yeah. Alright, decoy needs to be right up against the wall when I'm gonna decoy at all. Yep, that'll absorb a ton of extra shots. That's probably the worst one yet. Nope, still good. Maybe the best one yet. Holy crap. Holy crap, dude. That was incredible. That was like by far the best decoy situation. I'm gonna have a hard time, I think, finding this last secret. Lying on my back, I heard music. Oops. Alright, needed to just pull him out of there. Oh, we can actually use this terrible gun. No secret fighting. There's no... How is it not here? Felt unsure and catastrophic. Had to tell myself it's only music. Could be right here. I've been really, really disappointed with my ability to find secrets recently. Like, really disappointed. Okay, well, we'll get the key. I know we're gonna get more, and then hopefully that's the last key that we need to purchase. Let's fuck it up. Fuck it up. Fuck it up. What do I give you? 3 cards. I don't remember that. Little tidbit. Oh, you're just making this so wonderfully easy for me. Love it. Blows my mind, but it's like that. Oh, that's how that other one caught on fire. I was gonna say. I didn't. I was wondering how that Splody Boy in the last run caught a flame. So it was this little buddy bird. Is he supposed to be an owl? I mean, I know that it's still a bird, but like, is he supposed to be an owl? See, Archimedes too flaps the same way. He flaps in an owlish manner. So blues and a red are going to be the big ones that we're aiming after, and we will not gun force. Even though I think we've twice not gun force and twice gun received. Hey, what? Oh, right. My last wake up call for sushi. Change the whole house. It's gonna be like everything flipped, turned upside down, Fresh Prince style. So the thing that I was asking.
Oh, this is a story about how Fresh Prince like the second video how Prince Aaron. What?
You done there, baby? You done? Yeah, I think you did something as well. Is that like Smash Mouth in training? You're not very good at song parodies right now.
Ah!
Put him down. Get rid of that cat. I said put him down, didn't I? You would not be able to fucking deal with that.
No.
You'd have to be murdered. That's the only way.
Son.
The shit son you got there. Ha 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 ha. Ha ha ha.
Literally nobody else is laughing.
In the world? You can't prove that. Some sort of world laugh meter reader going on. Shower. Do it quick because I'm going to be showering as soon as this runs over.
What? Stinky?
Yes.
Stinky in your butt?
No, sneaky in my skin.
I'm not going to sushi.
I didn't expect you were, Jackie. You always bail.
No, I'm not failing because I make friends with Aaron.
No, you didn't. You didn't tell me about those plans.
I did. No
Wait.
prep.
You didn't say that that was going to happen during sushi time.
Yes, I did.
No, you didn't.
I did.
You did not! You just said you're going to be hanging out with Erin at some point to do food for her
On Tuesday,
throat.
Before it married.
You said food for her throat. That's it. Close the door!
Why?
Because Why caramba? What are you? Bad Bart Simpson? That's fine. I love that dog. Alright, well. I hate this boss now. He has gone from my most beloved to my least beloved. After a few bullshit fights. Stop popping up in here all the time! What's up?
That's a big rinse guy, okay?
Try to fight this boss. This boss is one of the easiest and I keep getting hit by him. Oh my god, I almost got hit there. You're just cranking doors open. I beat him! Flawless! Hooray for me! Hooray for me! Oh man, I still gun forced. Jackie, always distracky. I should call you Jackie Distracky. Because you see how you
How dare you, sir?
be distracking. I should call you the Distrackin' Kraken. Like that mystical sea octopus? Is it an octopus? The Kraken? Yes. Calling Mr. Burns. Yes. Exactly. So do I need to keep the ability to steal a D? Or do I want invincibility? Decoy's been putting in some serious work. I think this will be a decoy run. That changes everything. I just got it. Once I spend the money on it, it's got to be done. All right, no ability to steal, but we got a lot of money. We're at 4.5 Christian now. So I need to transfer you the money for that. The 2 double ooh, or 2 single ooh, I guess. Okay. No. I'm not going to transfer you that because I can't without going to prison for transfer theft. Which is a federal crime. Fred himself would be mad at me. Oh, now, brown chow. Why did I do that? That was the dumbest thing I've ever in my entire life done.
So no brown chow?
No. Trying to go this sneaky path around this room that's really easy and getting hit in the process instead of going the regular way, which is very, very straightforward and not a problem at all, and I've done it hundreds of times. I know, he's like trying to get you to take off them pants. It's like, slip out of them britches, baby. Hey, there's a confirmed, but he's stuck in the wall. That's amazing. Give this guy a little pop in the head. Just a quick little pop in the brain. Here's a lesson for everyone that's new to Gungeon. Only use the gun muncher, especially now, if you have run out of ammo on 2 guns. Which, if you play it any way similar to how I play this game, that's like a near impossibility. But still, just don't use the gun muncher. Having more guns is very often better than having a few randomized, maybe decent guns. It's kind of like the whole thing with slot machines anyway. Like, you're just as, if not more, likely to get something terrible. Someone on my Steam friends list just started playing a game, and their profile picture is just an image of Kobe Bryant. Oh, fuck yeah. The names of the day were both great. When we come around, and this is what we say. Oh, no. Something. God damn, I'm at a Golden Gate. One more wave. I really like how the money all comes to you between waves. I never noticed that. Six. So it's time to move on from the idea of the cool world. Just accept what we got. You'd be like, oh, you know, don't you know? But you don't know what you got till it's gone. It's paradise, sparkle, dark. Sparkle, dark. Ooh. Play paradise all over parking spots. Ooh. Hey, it's been a while since I got one of them. Yuck-a-roni and baloney. Yuccaroni and roast bologna, it's so felonious, one could say, but it's time to go a different way today. Ooh, Is there anybody else with the name Thelonious? I don't think that's a fresh. Oh man, I hit the freaking bumper accidentally. Well, we should get some charge. Oh my god, that was a good amount of charge. Hey, wasted a key. I realized he moved. Un segundo. Uno segundo, I mean. Bantam Banes. Blanum Blanes. It's poison, right? Dude, we're gonna lose our fucking... My god, right here. This fucking dick. Oh wow, this dick. Okay. Well, it's not one dick, it's your mother. Stop doing disappearo teleports, dude. What the fuck is up with this boss? He's doing 2 moves over and over. God, I hate this fucking boss. Like, the way that it swiped across the wall, I couldn't tell it was... I don't want the fucking gun, so we're selling this right away. Get this the fuck out of here. I'm so mad about that fight. That fight sucked. Door Lord screws me up. Door Lord screws. Another, and this is yet again another run. I got a little psyched about the possibility of the formula, and then reality kicked me in the ball sack. The bean bag. The nut holder. The testicle gripper. Damn. Yeah, back away. Yeah. I wonder how many people are playing Pokemon Online. Temtem. Heard about it. Thought about it. Like, I don't need another MMO. Would have loved that game 3 years ago. I would have been a day one purchaser. I still think if Nintendo ever officially releases their own Pokemon MMO, it's like the end of the line for like pretty much all of their companies. But for some reason they're terrified of entering that space. And it's not even like real space. It's not like aliens and black holes and stuff. It's just internet space. I think maybe a kid might hear someone say the word penis or something, and then they'll have to shut down all of Nintendo. And I get being conscious of doing things right by children. I'm gonna do it. That was dumb. Not worth it. It's important. There's got to be some people, you know. So there's this big hullabaloo about the Super Bowl, and I don't know how I don't care about, you know, female musicians being like sexy dance style, whatever. Who cares? There's a bunch of older women shaking their God-given vaginas. There seems to be a little bit of an outcry against it because it's the freaking Super Bowl and people are watching it with their young children, and you know, they're going like stripper pole, ooh, ooh, stripper pole, and then they're like literally just covering their genital zone with a bare hand. This is the same Super Bowl in which, not the same one, but the same event, I guess, in which Justin Timberland whipped out Madonna's boob? No, Janet Jackson's boob. A few years prior, Richard. That was probably actually like a decade ago. Weird as that sounds to me. But yeah, it's weird that like music is this understood to be sexualizing. Last year, Adam Levine or whatever, Adam Levine, is that right? Got all topless with his shitty lame guy tattoos. And I don't think anybody had as much of a problem with that. Male nipples are... Nobody's thinking about the sweet and supple milk that squirts out, which is why female nipples are so erotic. The milk prospect. The promise of that delicious milk. Stop hitting me, dude. Okay. Pig! Oh, this fucking pig. Oh, man. Goodbye, pig. Aren't they new yet? That was really, really very hopeful for a corner-up. I'm so stupid. I'm like a fool that always will be fooled. We got 3/4 forever. Three-fourths of the day I die, ooh, 3/4 of the day I die, wee, and 3/4, oh, 3/4, ooh, 3/4 of the do-do-do, 3/4 of the boobity-boo-boo, 3/4 of the beep-beep-beep, ooh, 3/4, 3/4, 4, where are you? Ooh. You got friggin' chicken blasted there. Chicken blasted from a bird. How ridiculous does your life get? Yeah, I don't know. I still think Nintendo needs to get over their fears. They need to embrace the future. It seems like their whole marketing push for the Switch was we're Nintendo. Adults exist and not just grandparents. There are such things as young or younger adults. And those young adults want to play Pokemon. Online, not just lobbies, mind ya. But fully online. Dude, I'm so mad about this fucking... Tree sheets, huh? Let's see how these two do. That just takes a lot of trigger pulls, you know? And I've been screwing that one up a lot recently, so that was actually kind of nice to do it right in the firstie. Jackie and I watched about 50% of the movie The Lighthouse last night. And it's really funny to see. I mean, it wasn't funny, it's not like a comedy. It's a very, very serious look at, like, descent into mental chaos, I guess. But it's funny to see Willem Dafoe really Willem Dafoe it up, you know? Like, he's like peak form, top of his game Dafoeing right now in that movie. That's and it is great. Robert Pattinson in that movie is 100%. No one is allowed to think otherwise, but Robert Pattinson is 100% trying to channel the life force of what's his name? Daniel Day-Lewis, There Will Be Blood. He's doing his character. He's doing a combination of his character from There Will Be Blood and Gangs of New York. He's got this very inconsistent accent going on. He's got the gruff, mustachioed, 5 o'clock shadowed. Like, they've been on this island for 4 weeks and his level of scruff is exactly the same. And it always makes me think that, like, not that this is not condemning Robert Pattinson's performance, because 1, I haven't seen the movie, and 2, it's actually been great so far. But it always makes me think that it's got to be so hard to be a film director and have to, like, be like, you know, you can tell people to go to exactly the hit their marks, all of that, do all of that stuff exactly right, but then they still have to put out a performance, and you, after a certain point, have to accept what they've done. And in your head, you have this, like, pure idea of what's going to happen. I feel like it's an art form that requires so much of others that, like, being a director, or even worse, being like a screenwriter, yeah, I'm sure the money makes up for it, but it's got to be so hard to see your creation just kind of potentially, like, floundering there, you know? Like, this person doesn't look like I imagine them in my head. Oh, he's delivering these lines like some sort of stupid goddamn idiot, and it doesn't play up to his the way his emotions are going to change 4 acts later or whatever. You know, like, there's so much to be aware of, and there's so much that potentially one member of the crew or the other costume designer might not get it right. The set might not be what you imagined. Like, it seems so frustrating. Like, and I'm loving the movie. We gotta finish it tonight after I get back from work, but, like, I'm loving what I've seen so far. It's a very like 1800s style, you know, kind of horror of exposure or whatever. Man versus nature, man versus myth, and man versus man kind of going on, where you're dealing with how strange reality is on top of, man, all these points are so great. Did I say man versus nature? Man versus nature. And I guess they're even throwing in a little bit of the old man versus isolation. But it's like, which is, I guess, man versus himself. Yeah, they're covering all the bases pretty thoroughly. But it feels like an H.G. Wells kind of story, you know? How Wells would put someone on the island of Dr. Moreau or whatever, and there's this one person who thinks everything's got to be this way, and he's got these like superstitious, quasi-religious reasoning for it. And then there's actually a great horror behind it all. I don't know. It feels good. Oh. Not poisoned yet. Go ahead, just get yourself a little poison there. Keep moving from there. I don't know, I listened to The Island of Dr. Moreau, The Time Machine. No, I read The Island of Dr. Moreau. I listened to The Time Machine. And I think I listened to one other book of his recently. I read The War of the Worlds recently-ish. A few years ago. Wait, was that H.G. Wells? I don't remember. It always confuses me because Orson Welles did the teleplay. Not screenplay, radio play. That's what I'm desperately trying to say. A lot of jambos, a lot of jammy whammies up in here. Also a lot of chickens, though. I wonder if chickening has anything to do with coolness. We got mad mega coolness. Next one has the third guy. This one, yes. Fortin Keys. We got Fortin Keys. Oh, that sucked. So, I might have said this earlier, but it's still very exciting. I uploaded my first Gungeon episode since we got fiber, so we got the gigabit internet. And while it's not Google Fiber, it's not upload speed matching your download speed, which I still don't fucking understand why. But, you know, whatever. It went from a 35 to 50 minute upload to a 12-minute upload. Oh my god, it felt so amazing. It felt upload-tastic. I was really happy. I don't know if you can tell by the sound of my voice. I was really fucking happy with that. Jackie, why? Ugh! What's up? Oh, good. Good. Huh? Why would you make me feel bad about... I can't do anything about it, Jackie.
Sorry.
Well, that's my fault for accepting a shift 3 weeks ago. I hate stuff like that. I hate feeling bad about something that... God fucking damn it. Cool. Well, there goes the Lich Flawless. That's... Might as well just stand still and pull the trigger at this point. Well, that was fun.